How
Yeah,
does it work?
yeah, we're recording right now. So, hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. Carl, okay, let me start it off this way. This is important. Carl, I've done some videos. He's in Japan. That's where he lives. And he, we were talking on the phone tonight. He hit some really important thing tonight that I'm not getting the message across to you guys about how powerful my course is. It is life changing, best course you'll ever take, and that's something he was getting into tonight. So Carl wants to share with you from the beginning and what he led up to tonight's conversation. So, Carl, do you want to take it from there?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll try to keep it brief and touch on the high points, but there's so much good stuff that I never would have been aware of. When did I work with you? Like
Uh,
6 months ago.
6 months ago, yeah.
5 months ago, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've read every freaking thing,
Right.
and I've tried out a bunch of stuff, and a bunch of it worked, but I never understood why it worked. So anyway, here's the story. So my friend introduces me to this girl. We go out with him and his girlfriend for dinner, and she's super fun and open, and she seems like a great girl, and I'm like, oh, this girl is really cool.
Okay.
I'd like to get to know her better. I get her details, and we organize to have lunch.
All right, let me say something super quick. This is going to get really good. When we get to what we were just talking about when I was sitting over there, this is going to get the point across to what my course is really about and my challenge getting that message to you guys. So go ahead. I'm not going to say anything. Go ahead, Carl.
Okay, all right. I'm trying not to stretch it out, but there's just so much good stuff in there. But, maybe people listening won't catch it all until they do your course. But anyway.
Yeah, just get into it.
Okay. So I meet her for lunch. She's just finished work. She's all stressed out. She's bitching about her ex-boyfriend and just complain. And I'm like, where is the girl that I met the other night?
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that, for her to, straight out of the Mike Colleen playbook, for her to be in her mating brain, she needs to be grounded and relaxed and open.
Yeah, emotionally grounded is what he's saying.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I understand that. So it's not about something I need to do for her. I just got to do it for me, and she'll just sync right up.
Right.
And so over the course of lunch, and then we go down for a walk on the beach, and she starts to relax. And sure enough, as soon as she starts to relax and open up, her mating brain ticks on, and she's all wanting to hold my hand, and start talking about some more interesting stuff in terms of male-female dynamics.
Let me put a quick piece in. One thing she's talking about is a series of techniques that I teach you guys on how to help her to become mentally and emotionally grounded, physically grounded. And he used those techniques. So basically what he's saying, she's this real businesswoman. She's professional, very, very heady forehead, which means she's not connected to her mating system, which means you're not going to have sex. And most guys will bring women there, and you don't want to do that. So I taught him a series of techniques that helps her to let go of that, to relax, to breathe deep, and to drop down inside. You can take this one piece of the video right now, just that piece, and play it to a woman, what I just said, and she'll be like, yeah, that guy's right. Women want to be emotionally grounded. Guys, trust me. Come in, learn these techniques. It'll change your life. So go ahead, continue, Carl.
Okay, so yeah, we're hanging out on the beach, and she gets a call from somebody, and up until that point, she's holding my hand, she's touching me a lot, she's clearly feeling it,
right?
And I'm just enjoying the beach, and I'm hanging out. It's nice, and then she gets a call from work. She's got to go and send an email, so she runs up to the office, which is not too far away, and she sends an email. She comes back, and she's back in uptight business mode.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, let's do it again. And so we play it again, and then she's back in this good mode.
Right.
And
let me put some in. Most guys have had situations where everything was going good, he's gonna get laid, it's gonna happen, and she gets a phone call, or she gets called back to work, or she has to call someone for 5 minutes, and then the romance is gone because whoever they talked to got him up in their head again, which disconnects her from her mating system. And, oh, let's do it. I'm so sorry. I'm just not in the mood now. Do you know what I'm talking about, Carl?
Yes, I do.
That's the story of our lives. So go ahead.
So,
But Carl has the tools now. He knows, no problem. It'll take me 5 minutes. Boom, I'm going to bring it right back. So go ahead.
right. Yes. Yeah, I definitely had this, not a feeling of like uncertainty or, what am I going to do? It's like, I know it's there. I already did it before.
Right.
It's okay. And so, I get her back into this place, and of course, then she's back and she's feeling it. And, we're talking about some of this man-woman stuff that you told me.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, damn, I've never talked to a dude that gets this stuff. Like, this is craziness. She's like, I'm learning so much from you. And I'm like, yeah, I got it all from my Colleen. And,
I have to say something. Women say this to me all the time. It's like, guys don't know this stuff. Guys don't know how to talk this way. And they're freaking shocked. You become that unicorn. And a lot of guys, what unicorn? Man, I know Craigslist just shut down, but on a lot of these dating sites, women say, I'm looking for that unicorn. Now, you guys think, oh, she's just being silly. No, she's being serious. They still have a hope and a glimmer. One day, they're going to meet that guy that gets it, because guys don't get it. So go ahead and continue.
Okay. So, and to add to the point that you just made.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. You're good with sneezing?
I'm good.
All right. So to add to the point that you made, like this chick is hot. She's like model hot. She has dudes hitting on her all the time. She works in high-level business. Mm-hmm. She's surrounded by guys that are super rich and offering to fly her around the world all the time. Her ex-boyfriend had a freaking private plane, but that's not what she's looking for. And I don't have any of that stuff.
Carl sweeps floors for a living. No, I'm just kidding.
I sweep floors at MikeColleen.com, so leave your tips.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so continue.
Okay, yeah, the virtual floor. Anyway, so yeah, I was swimming at the beach while she was off sending her email. So we go up. We're gonna go and eat something, and I take a shower before we leave. And
come on, dude, yeah.
Come back from the shower, and I can see that she really wants to kiss me.
Right.
And as I'm walking up to her, she's getting all fidgety and nervous, and yeah, she's clearly feeling it. I can feel it, but I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do it here because this is her work, and I'm not, I don't need to. There's no need to hurry this.
Right.
And so, of course, she looks all frustrated and all like,
right.
And then we go off to a restaurant, and we're having dinner and great conversation. And it's really nice.
Let me interrupt. I really want to get to what we were talking about that triggered this conversation about how you were saying, if I never met you, I never would have known that this could make her feel that and do that. So we're going to get there?
Dude, I hear you're in a hurry.
All right.
I told you I wanted to tell you the story.
All right. No problem. As long as we're going to get to that. Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna get to the good part, but that's okay. So, all right, let's just skip to the good part. So,
all right, cool.
I have to go overseas, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to see this girl, and I didn't sleep with her. Like, we held hands, we made out a bit, we hung out. She was telling me that she's never met anybody like me. I'm blowing her brains and firing on all cylinders. She's loving it. And I have to go overseas, so we're communicating a little bit. And she sent me some nice photos, And so I was like, all right, I'm going to try to break out some of my choline magic here. And so I used one of the language pattern.
Secret patterns.
So simple.
Yeah, very simple.
You know, I was playing around with it, and I wrote her this message, and you know, I was like, I think she'll like this.
Oh yeah.
And I wrote it, and I sent it, and I didn't hear back from her for 2 days.
This is the one we just talked about earlier tonight before this thing, right? The same thing?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
All
so
right.
for 2 days, I didn't hear from her. I'm like, oh shit, maybe I like overstepped something, or you know, like I wonder what happened. And so I wrote to her. I'm like, hey, you okay? I mean, maybe you're you know, really taxing yourself trying to come up with a really nice creative reply, but you know, it'd be nice to hear from you.
Right.
And she called me immediately, and she said to me, your message was so nice and sexy, and it made me feel so good. I couldn't stop thinking about it for 2 days, and it was distracting me from my work. It was amazing. And she said, I didn't know how to reply. I didn't know what to say, but that was amazing. That was such a nice message.
Right.
I've never had anything like that before.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you know, I realized, okay, if before I met you, I would never in a billion years be able to say something that is going to rock a girl's world through my freaking cell phone.
Yeah.
Through a text message, no less.
And now here's the thing. He sent it to me or showed it to me, and I read it. I'm like, oh, no. You got to do it internal. He actually kind of effed it up. But these patterns are so powerful that you can F it up, and Carl, what happens?
Well, I mean, you know, she's melting all over the place and doing her damnedest to come and see me. And this is a chick that looks like a model.
I've seen her. I attest. Yes, go ahead. I've seen the picture of her. Go ahead.
Yeah. Super freaking brainiac, surrounded by dudes that are wealthy as mofos. I'm not wealthy as a mofo.
Right.
I'm not living some high whatever superstar lifestyle. But with a freaking text message, this girl cannot stop thinking about me.
Right. There is a series of patterned ways that literally trigger the female mating system and drives her nuts. She has to have you. If you are married, you have to learn how to do this, or she's going to treat you like shit. She's going to bitch, moan, and complain about everything and anything because she's not getting this one thing. Carl, will a Ferrari give her this one thing? Yes or no?
No, she's had people freaking try to buy her that stuff. She's not interested.
Yeah, the last guy she was dating was a multimillionaire, as he had told me the other day. He also owned his own jet. It was a jet, right?
I don't know if it was a jet or a Cessna, but
whatever.
You know, he's freaking
a plane. The guy was full on bank. Women are looking for emotional fulfillment through the hidden. The problem is she doesn't know it's hidden from you. Mother Nature purposely hid all of these patterns and this way of being from the male brain by putting a divide between our left and right brain, which I explain in the course. So we're screwed unless someone like me comes along and teaches you how. I forget what I was leading that up to. But, oh, yeah, there's one thing. So if you give her this thing called emotional fulfillment, she's just like, that's the guy to mate with. That's the guy I'm going to be with. You know, you learn how to do this. She'll cook for you happily. She'll clean. You know that garbage that she's complained about every single week since the day you got married? You forgot to take out the garbage. Blah. She's not mad about the garbage. She's expressing inside, I'm not feeling good. I don't have this one thing. You give her the one thing, she'll never complain about the garbage again. And you know what? Every therapist and female psychologist and Oprah Winfrey show, they all say the same thing. It's not about the garbage. And men are like, so then what is it about? Haven't you ever heard that? Women saying it's not really about what she's complaining about. It's about something else, which I teach in my course, double pictures. All of a sudden you're like, oh, so she's saying this, but she really means that. Yes, that's what we're saying, guys. So go ahead, Carl.
That's pretty much it. It was really wonderful to be able to impact somebody. And I've known about this stuff. You've told me these patterns, and even when I was doing the course, I was like, I don't know. It seems really like powerful stuff to say. Like, I don't know if I want to break that out. Like, I don't want any stalkers. Yeah. And I've been hesitant to use it in the past with other chicks that I wasn't really that interested in. But with this girl, it was totally congruent for me to write this stuff to her. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, it worked like a dream.
Right. And here's the good news. Okay, now here's the good news. The good news is women like this. This is the female way. And you think, what do you mean female way? If you try to attract a woman, pick up a woman, turn on a woman in the male way, she's going to get pissed off. If she doesn't get pissed off right then, she will down the road and she will resent you. You do it in the way her system is wired, it's natural to her. Of course she's going to like it. And a lot of guys are, I don't know. But when you use this with women, doesn't it come across, hasn't your experience been, it's the most natural, ethical, congruent thing that you've ever done with a woman in your entire life?
Totally. It's like there's no game playing. There's no like in my head like, okay, what's the next move or any bullshit like that. It's just natural. I'm reacting out of my feelings and she's responding to that, and we're both, it's like we're in this private room even though we're in public.
Yeah,
there's a communication going on that no one else is catching, and it's so nice.
You're literally speaking what I call the hidden language. It's a language women speak all the time. And when women take my course, Why Men Just Don't Get It, and I break down how we're wired neurologically differently, how hers is connected and his isn't connected this way, she's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Oh my God, I thought he was just being a jerk. And guys, good news for you, a lot of women be like, once they learn this, like, oh, so he's not being a jerk. I'm like, no, that's the male way. Guys, I'm telling you right now, the male way of relationships, picking up on women, attracting women, whatever you want to call it, pisses women off. Does that make sense now, Carl?
Oh, yeah. And, from the stuff that you told me, I'd gone out and I've talked to jillions of women about this stuff. And I was talking to my friend's wife about this the other day because he was having some trouble with her, so we all went out for dinner.
Yep.
And I was talking about this stuff, and she was like, oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I totally do that. Oh, wow. Damn. I never realized that, but I totally do that.
I've got my students. Like, go ahead. No,
you got to take it.
I've got my students in a 5-day training saving marriages. That's how powerful. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. I was at a store the other day, and the manager came up to me. He's like, Mike, I've been meaning to ask you a question for like 6 months now. I'm like, but what is it? Because you know how you're into that relationship communication stuff? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I need your help. My marriage is on the rocks. We've been going to counseling for a year. So I was like, all right, dude, I'm going to throw it at you right now. And in an hour and a half, he was just like, she does that all the time. Oh, my God, when I do that, she does get mad. The difference is between my course and the other course, I don't give you a list of things to do and not to do, a set of rules. That is not what this course is about. I teach you to understand what she's about, why she gets pissed, how she gets pissed, and how to flip all of that around to make her happy, to make her want to make you happy. Now both people are making each other happy. My course is about understanding. I know that's a very vague way, but all the other relationship courses are about when she walks in the door after work and she says this, don't do that. Rule number 1. But you're like, why? Why does that piss her off? I'm trying to make her happy. Oh no, I know you're trying to make her happy, but that'll make her very mad. But why? My course answers that. It breaks down neurologically what's going on. And then when you look at women, you're like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. It brings absolute clarity between men and women. And that's what women want. Go ahead, Carl. Anything? Something?
I'll add to that, like stuff that I've gone through previously that's felt like gamey or manipulative, or,
Right.
I thought that maybe that's just how it has to be.
Right.
But I really didn't like it. And that was the reason that I came to you, because I feel like I'm an encyclopedia of this stuff. And it's not like I don't have a lot of success stories,
Right.
but
you weren't coming
I
from
got
your heart.
tired of-
You weren't coming from who you are as a person. You were coming from, well, this pickup artist course said to do this, so I guess I'm going to do it. And without any understanding, like, well, why am I doing this? That is
Right.
what we
And it
call
was-
manipulation, and that's not what my course is about at all. So you pickup artist guys, when you come to my course, I'm going to tell you right now, do not think for a moment that it's going to be anything like any of those courses. A lot of these guys, they're almost like, well, what about all the stuff over here? Like, well, why are you taking my course? So you've been studying this stuff for 10 years, and you're taking my course. Why? Be honest. Well, because it's not working the way I want, or there's something about it that's bothering me. And yeah, it's bothering you because your gut is going, I don't like it. It's because you're not really being you. All I'm doing is teaching you how to communicate in her language patterns in a way that you have this feeling inside, I think you're beautiful. Now I teach you how to communicate that in a way that she goes, oh, well, thank you. Versus, you're very pretty. Oh, screw you. Like a lot of my clients, like, oh yeah, women don't like to be complimented. No, women like to be complimented. But you have to do it in the right brain, the female brain's way. If you do it in the right brain's way, you're golden. You do it in the male brain, which is direct to the point, very short sentences. You're very beautiful. I like you. Here's roses. I love you. You buy a woman roses and say, I love you, there's a very good chance, and I know right now, 10% or more, you guys are watching this video right now, she'll take those roses and she'll throw them on the ground and she'll storm off, pissed off at you. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, I just pretty much what you were saying. Like, all that other stuff worked for me, but I just felt tired, and I didn't want to be tired in my interactions with women. I wanted to have like a real connection, and to for women to want me for me, and all that nonsense. And,
yes.
Because
it became a job, didn't it?
Yes, it did, and it was so nice to know that it's so much less effortful than I ever thought it could be, and it feels so much better, and it's so much more effective. It's just like more. It's great.
Man, there's so much I can say. So here's another key piece that it's like, okay, I'm going to tell you right now. It's like it's both, and that's the challenge, because most people like either or. It's both and all, and here's what I mean. One of the things I've been talking about Carl, because Carl's like, dude, your course is amazing. It's out of this world. This is the best course ever. Now, Carl has been taking these courses for a long, long time. Can we at least admit that, Carl? I think you already did, actually.
Yeah, I said it earlier.
Yeah, earlier. He's read all the books. And not just the pickup artist courses, dating, but the relationship courses, the love courses, the communication. And he's done it all. So Here's the thing. A lot of guys are like, well, I want to get laid. I want sex. Good. Take the course. Here's the good news. She wants you to do this because a lot of guys, well, women don't want to be seduced or turned on. Yes, they do. You say that to a woman's face, she's likely to slap you. They don't want to be seduced in the male way, which is what men do, because unconsciously we're wired the way a man's wired. So we think, oh, this is going to turn her on. And a lot of guys, I get a lot of guys that have a ton of anxiety. And they're like, oh, I'm afraid to approach a woman. I don't know. And then when they learn this stuff and they go out in public and do it, they watch women like, the women, instead of doing this, the women are like, The response is complete. Now they open up their body, literally they uncross their arms, their eyes dilate, and they're like, yeah, and they're encouraging you. Carl, do you understand what I'm saying, Carl? Do you see the difference?
Yes, I totally see the difference.
Okay, here's what I'm trying to say, I'm gonna have to break the political correctness, and maybe that's my own problem. Yes, guys, you're gonna be able to turn women on in a way that you didn't know was possible. You're going to be able to seduce women, romance women, pick up on it. My course makes it not only so much easier than all the other courses, it's 10 times, 100 times more powerful. This is the female way. And this is the secret Mother Nature purposely hid neurologically, and I'll explain that in the course, from the male brain. We are purposely wired in the wrong way that we don't turn women on. And you can talk to any women like, oh my God, this guy knows what he's talking about. And that's one of the proofs, of my courses. Women will verify every. Carl, isn't that what you did when you first bought my book? You'd read a chapter or a section, and then you would take a couple pieces and you went out in public. And guys, you can do this. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code, and you went out in public, and that's how you used to figure out, is my course real or not? Because you would ask women, like, is this true? Didn't you do that?
Yes, yeah. It's so many instances of going out, and my intention was to go out for coffee. And I'd sit down with these women, and I'd start talking about these ideas, and they'd get all horny and try to get me back to their place.
Yep. And you were legitimately just trying to find out, like, is this guy for real, or is this bullshit? Or because it was so odd. One thing I want to warn you guys, when you take my course, I'm going to tell you right now, it is so odd and so foreign and so completely opposite of anything you would ever think in a million. In the beginning, you're like, what the fuck is this guy? This doesn't make any sense. Isn't that what you were doing when you were talking to those girls? You wanted to be like, is this real?
Yes.
And then it ended up being
exactly what was going on.
They were trying to bring you back to their apartments or their houses.
Right. And I would turn them down. I'd be like, I was just here for coffee. I just wanted to talk.
Turn them down? What's wrong with you? No. Okay, so here's, I guess what I'm trying to combine both pieces. Here's what I'm trying to say. This is the most erotic course you will ever learn on how to seduce a woman. And the good news, this is everything that a woman wants from you. If you are married, the reason why your wife is going to leave you is because you're not doing this. This is the classiest way to seduce a woman. It's the female form. It'll keep your marriage happy. It'll give her emotional fulfillment, which is what that secret thing is that I was hinting about earlier. I don't know how to explain this. It's the classiest way to seduce your wife or girlfriend, or to pick up on that girl in a way that every woman on the planet will respect and enjoy and be like, wow, that you will become a gentleman. Wow, that guy's a gentleman. That blew my mind the first time I heard that. I was like, we just had great sex. I did this whole thing. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. My course made the discovery of a lifetime, and I literally mean that. Like I said, I talked to that manager. I talked to him for an hour and a half, saved his marriage. He goes, can you talk to my wife and explain it? So I go, yes, no problem. When you learn what I'm teaching you, you're going to look at all those other courses, all of them, all the experts, not just the pickup courses, but the relationship courses. And you're going to be like, why don't they teach us? They're not aware of this. This is a brand new discovery. It changes everything. Carl, I'm trying to put this in a way. I'm trying to say it's sexy and erotic as hell, but it's also the most warmest, loving, kindest thing you can do for a woman in one package. This is what she's been talking about for thousands of years that men have never gotten because we're neurologically wired differently. That's the best way I can put it. It's triple X rated plus, what's the opposite of triple X rated? Classy, I'm trying to think, PG-13 or G. It's triple X rated combined with G. It is, I don't know how to explain it. It's good. It's wholesome. It's ethical. It's ecological. Carl, can you explain it?
It's all the good, warm, nice feelings that you want to feel with a woman.
Yep.
And all the dirtiest filth that you want to experience with a woman, because she wants all of those things too.
Yes, in the female way.
It's all of those things.
Yeah. If you do it in a specific patterned way, her whole system goes, yes, 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 this is what, oh my God, you're the first guy in the world that's ever got it. Because guys don't get it. And I'm telling you, every time I do meetings with women, they just go, God, man, he doesn't get it. But they say, but he thinks he does. And I tell them to their face, like, no, you don't. Oh, yes, I do. Guys, she knows if you get it or not. So, you know what? I honestly don't think I got the message across. I don't know how to explain this any better than that. It's
okay. It's okay. It's not.
The reason that guy went to the marriage counseling with his wife for a year was to save his marriage because he loves his wife. And his wife is like, I'm done. I'm through. We're over. It's not working. And I taught this to him. He's like, oh my God. He goes, I went and talked to my wife. This is great. Can she talk to you now? And he's like, why didn't the counselor tell me this stuff? I'm like, because they don't know. This is it. It's what's called the hidden way. And that's, I don't know how to explain it any better than that. It is the most romantic thing, the most loving, kind, romantic, sensual thing, complete experience you can create with a woman. It's everything a relationship was meant to be.